So dear students, I'm just logging into the SAP system. So there was a question why expense account is credited and not debited. I'll have a reason. Okay, I'll explain as to why I am getting into the scenario. You're all able to hear to me and see the screen. Can somebody please confirm? I'm sharing my SAP screen. Kunal, you're able to see the screen? Students, are you able to hear to me and also see the screen? I'm sharing my.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Your
Perfect.
screen is
Thank
visible.
you.
Your voice is clear.
Thank you, Kunal. So we are trying to understand a concept and also trying to learn how differently we can enter the transaction also. So yesterday we took up one method to enter the journal voucher. Today we'll see the most used methodology to enter the journal vouchers. Okay. I'm in the end user screen, easy access screen. I cannot enter this in my consultant screen at all. General ledger, document entry. I go to yesterday we saw FB50. Today we'll see F-02. Yep. So I think I explained this screen. You already see the system taking up the document type automatically. And once again, this portion of whatever you are seeing is called as the document header portion. And you also see some of the fields, some of the information. You can see the document date, the company code, the currency. They have a star marked against that particular field. What does the star indicate? The star mark indicates that this entry is mandatory. The user who's trying to enter the transaction must and should enter these information. Yeah, that is the meaning of a star. So I enter the company code GM01. I enter the currency INR. I can enter the JV number, whatever JV number. So I scroll down the screen. I see my first line item. Can you see down below on the left? The first line item. So from this area, your line item data or your line item information will start. Clear? Now, why I am stressing upon the header and the line item, I will explain this concept a little later. Clear? Now, 40, what is a 40? 40 is a debit. So on purpose, I'm debiting a bank account. Okay. 113105102 or something. Do I have an account? 02 does not exist. Okay, let me take care of. So you know how to sort this data. So I'll pick up some random sample account number 2. Okay, I'll debit this. See, I'm debiting a bank account on purpose. Okay, just wait. After I enter the account, GL account, I click on enter. I can also use the stick mark. Right, left top. I can also see this enter key. I can also use the enter key, or this is similar to your enter button on your laptop. So now what is the amount that I entered? 63635. Being the expenses. Now I'll credit an expense account. I know I'm doing wrong. Just hold. Okay. I'll take up some random expense account and I'm crediting it. Oh, where is the expense account? Some salary payable, provision for gratuity. Test bank, output tax. Okay, I will, let us say, I'll take up some 416315. Okay, some sample expense account. I press enter now because I have no space for me to enter the amount for the expense account, as you can see here. So I'm crediting the expense. So I'll enter the same amount. I'll enter the text. Now this is all what I want. Okay, I have debited the bank. I have credited the expense, and I'm going to save this information. I'm going to post. Or if you want to see the data, you can also see the, you can simulate this. You can simulate this and see the document simulate. You can see the entry. All right. Debit is 63635. Credit is also 63635. Why? I have credited the sample expense account. You can see. Okay. Now I'll post this entry. I'm going to put the system, put this entry in the system. Just hold on. The server is slow, I guess. See, did you make note of the, are you observing the document number? Yesterday, what was the document that I generated? 141. Now today it is 142. So you should observe that every document number will be in a sequence. SAP will not miss the sequence. It will never jump a number. Clear? Now, I will explain about this a little deeper sometime later. But now let us go and see the document. I want to see this document. So if you observe how the system is behaving when I try to retrieve the document, the most recently saved or the posted document number will appear. The most recently posted or the saved document number will appear. You're able to see this? Now I want to see this document. Enter. After I see this document, or rather, my manager sees this and he says the bank account is erroneously debited, and this entry should be rectified. The expense account should get a debit and the bank account should get a credit. But here the vice versa has happened. Now, what is the process in SAP? You have identified that this is the document which has to be rectified. So once the system has saved and posted the document, you cannot do anything. You cannot change this document. You can only view this document. You cannot edit this document. No, it is over. Once SAP has generated the document number, it is over. Nothing can be done. Clear? So what is the solution? Now there is an error in this entry. The only solution, you can also go and see the thing. Okay. Entered by entry date, entry time. All right. Now, what is the solution that SAP offers? I can only reverse this. I cannot rectify this document anymore. The only option for me is to reverse this information, reverse this entry. Now what happens? Even to carry out the process of reversal, you must be having the access. You must be having the authorization in your organization to rectify this or to reverse this entry. Again, not everybody will be given the access. Please make a note. Now I want to reverse this document. Can you see the reverse option out here where I'm moving the cursor? Under the same option, I have the reverse option also. Now I can reverse n number of documents, or I can reverse only one document. Individual reversal, mass reversal. The difference is in individual reversal, you reverse only one document, but in mass reversal, you reverse more than one document. Clear? So let us look at the individual reversal. So SAP will ask me which document you want to reverse. So in this case, you definitely, the user who has to reverse this document must remember the document number. Clear? Because he is the owner of the document and he must remember. So this is the document I want to reverse. Can you see the reversal reason is also mandatory? First point, to reverse this document, you should get an approval from your management asking why this document needs to be reversed. First thing. Second thing is the user who has to reverse this entry must have the necessary access for this transaction. And in the live SAP projects, only a couple of them will be given the access to this transaction. And thirdly, you need to mention the reversal reason as to why you want to reverse. There also, can you see it's a required entry because there is a start. And also, as you can see, there is a drop down F4. So SAP has pre-configured the reversal reasons. You can also create your own reversal reasons. OK, but I want to see MU, UI, somebody has created. OK, reversal in the current period. Now, if at all you want to display the original document before reversal, you can also do that. You can ensure that this is the document which you want to reverse. Or you can simply go about saving this transaction. You can post. If you want to see the original document before reversal, you can see. So by this, you are ensuring that you are reversing the correct document. Go back. Now you can post. Now can you see SAP has generated the next document number 1000143. Did you see this? Now go back and see the document number 100143. Enter. Now can you see the bank account has got a credit and the expense account has got a debit? Clear? Now if you see the details, reversal document is 100142. Can you see SAP maintaining a log of whatever you're doing? Whatever you're doing to the document, can you see the reversal document information? What document are we seeing? We are seeing 100143. OK, which was the result of a reversal for 100142. And the system has got the information of the reversal document also. Can you see this? Did you understand the concept? This is the reason as to why I gave a wrong entry. I credited the expense and I debited the bank. Clear? See, basically there is both the transaction codes are used to enter the journal voucher only, but SAP has given you an option to different options to carry out the same functions. No major difference. The only difference is you have to remember one posting key, either your 40 or your 50. All right, but normally F-02 is used by the business more than your FB50. Your F-02 is. All right. Did I answer your question? Did you understand why I expense account I credited? Clear? Tell us more about the binoculars button. Binoculars button. So why do you use a binoculars? To see things more clearly, to search. That is exactly the reason. All right. As simple an explanation as possible. Your binoculars button is also used to search for the data. Find. I hope I have answered this question also. Once the SAP system posts the document, it is the end of the story. You cannot rectify the document. You cannot rectify the only solution is reversal. Is this clear? Did you understand? I'll wait for 2 more minutes. You can come back to me with questions. Wonderful. All right. Now, we have seen the process of the end users carrying out their day-to-day functions. We entered a few transactions. We saw the reversal process also. Clear? Now, how does the system know that GM01 is following the April to March financial year? There has to be a place, right? Now, how does the consultant get this information, or how does he create this information? As usual, we'll go back to the consultant screen. Actually, I'm forbidden to show you this, but since, okay, we have already started. Okay, just because of interest, I'm showing you the consultants area also, which is really not required at all. All right, but so now I have come into the IMG screen. So what is the purpose? Where the consultant sets up the relation between the company code and the financial view. Yeah. So financial accounting new, you don't have to. So whenever I come to the IMG screen, you can see that I am just keeping quiet and not explaining many things because it is simply not belonging to you. All right. That's why even the path I'm just rushing through in the sense I'm managing my own speed, but even then you could feel that I'm a little faster than what I show you in the easy access screen. Fiscal year and posting periods. Maintain fiscal year. Can you see there is a concept called as shortened fiscal year also? You can read the document. If you are given access to SPRO, you can definitely read the document. Execute. So anybody remembers what is the default posting default fiscal year variance? What we saw? Calendar year, non-calendar year. K4. Can you see K4? So here you see, it is simply the responsibility of the consultant. It has got absolutely nothing to do with your end user. Now, how does the system understand that it is a calendar year? See, against the K4, there is a calendar year checkbox which is ticked. You can see all others are not ticked. Clear? So this tick is more than enough for the system to understand that the year starts in January and the financial year ends in December. This check mark is more than enough for the system to understand. So what do I mean? The consultant need not explicitly define that January calendar year is January, February, March. SAP understands this information through a simple tick mark in the relevant box. Now, 12 regular months, January, February, March, and during the year end, you have 4 special periods. Whether you use the 4 special periods or even 1 special posting period, normally we have the maximum. The consultant configures the maximum. So 4 special periods, whether the business uses it or doesn't use it, it is up to the business. It is up to the requirement. But the consultant would have definitely provided the maximum flexibility. Clear? Now, how does V3 look? See, there is no tick mark. Calendar year checkbox is blank. Now, so in this case, the consultant who's configured or who is going to rather configure the financial year must explicitly tell what months the year comprises of. Where do I see this information? Select this V3, go to periods on the left. Can you see April 30 days is the first month of my financial year. May 31 days, second period. And somebody was asking me the year shift. This is the year shift. So up to December, it is a 9th month. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9th period, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9. So your 10th, it changes to January. January 2026. So that is why you have the year shift as this number. Why -1? It is because you need to bring these 3 months back to the previous year. In the sense, you are carrying out the financial year closure for 2025 to 2026. I'm just assuming. OK. Now, after December 31st, 2026, it is January 1st, 2027. Clear? And it is 31st of March 2027 or 26. Let me keep it as 26. Now we are still in the year 25. Now it will consider, by simply giving it a -1, it will consider these 3 months for the financial year 2025-26. It doesn't. Suppose you give the date as 2026 from January, what happens? It takes into the next financial year, 2026-27, not 2025-26, which you do not want. OK, let me not confuse you by giving you more information. This is your year shift. To maintain this 3 months in the particular financial. That is it. No more explanation. OK. Because if I start explaining things, what happens is more than clarifying, I'll be confusing you. All right. So let us not get into the deeper understanding of this. But somebody in the very initial stage asked me what is an year shift. So that is why. Now I have designed the fiscal year information, fiscal year variant. Now, how do I let the SAP system know that GM01 is using V3? Assign company code. So every configuration the last step is assignment. You will have to definitely assign the information to the company code. See. 0001, which is a standard company code, is using K4. Now let us see the story of GM01. GM01 is assigned to V3. So by this assignment, SAP understands that these company codes are following these many financial years, this financial year. Here. See, did you see the error? See, when I go back, it says no postings are possible because core SAP cannot understand. If I want to, let us say, use this particular company code, it simply is not in a workable condition because the basic itself is missing. It has no information as regards the financial year. So like this, whenever you want to complete the setup for a company code, whenever you want to make the company code to accept the transactions, you will have to complete so many settings. You will have to ensure that all the settings are in place. The basic settings must definitely be in place. Clear? So whoever is the owner of that gold company, it is up to that person. So this is about your fiscal year variant, and this is the place where the consultant comes and sets up the relationship, creates the fiscal year variant, and sets up the relationship between the company code and the financial year. Understood? Guys, how are the things going? Interesting? Are you learning something new, something interesting? See, the document header portion contains the basic information for the transaction. All right. And the line item information contains the finer information. It contains the general ledger account, the many other information, the amount, the tax information. Clear? The difference between the header and the line item is this. See how SAP handles each and every information. So that is why when we say no, if a client or if a implementing partner asks any of the consultants some query, we never immediately answer it is an yes or a no. We definitely take time, do a lot of research, and then finally answer that question. Because in SAP, only your knowledge is the thing which stops you. Suppose somebody asks you in an interview. Okay. Ask some questions. Is it possible? You cannot immediately say that it is not possible in SAP. No. It should always be. We will look into it and then get back, because you will never know. Only your knowledge is a limitation. And the market also agrees that a person can never be an expert in SAP. It is an understandable feature. Because if I say yes, oh, I am an expert in SAP today, tomorrow if I'm getting into a new project, it could throw a different challenge altogether. Can we customize field data? Yeah, you can definitely customize the field data. Yes. Just hold on. Very interesting question. So the way you're asking me questions, you're already exposed to the SAP system. That's what I feel. Did any of your friends understand this question? I'll explain the question to the others and as well explain the concept. Clear? Just hold on. So one of your friends has asked, how can we customize field data? Has some of you understood this question or not? So this question, please hold on with this. OK, there is another concept. All right. So this person seems to have got exposed to SAP already. So that's why he's asking these questions. Just hold on. Okay. Probably he's trying to understand how knowledgeable I am. Okay. So still okay. Not a problem. Yes, we can customize. We can customize the field date. For this present moment, the answer is yes. Okay. So just hold on. How this can be done, we will see to it a little later. All right. So I hope till now things are being clear. So we will try to understand how much of things, whatever has happened till now, you people have understood. And I do not want to start anything afresh because we have less than 10 minutes. I don't want to start anything new. All right. So have I missed a question? No. OK. So I leave the floor to you to ask me more questions. OK, I don't want to just abruptly start something and stop. So we will finish off with the pre-lunch session with this particular topic. But I am available till the lunchtime. You people are most welcome to ask me any questions. As I said, please do not feel that it is repetitive or anything. Ask me the same question any number of times. Any general questions? No problem. Any general questions? Anyway, I'll make a note of this question so that I'll take it up at the appropriate time. So your question was how to customize the. OK, I have made note of that question. Sure, I'll explain the reversing process. So where do you see the account groups and account types in SAP? All right. Definitely I'll recap, not to worry. OK, don't worry about the recap. OK, I'll definitely do it. How do you see account groups and account types in SAP? Account types. Okay, just give me a moment. Where do you see account types? Let me reconnect. Let me go back to the, actually, I could have said I'm not going to answer this question, right? But since you have asked me, I'll explain, or I'll just show you where you can see the account types and all other account groups. First and the foremost thing, your account types. Can you see the account types here? ADKMS plus ADKMS. So this account types, you make use of it in your posting periods. All right. So since we are not worried about the configuration of it, this is the place where you see the account types. And where do you see the account groups? We see the account groups here. So we pick up some chart of accounts random INT. I'll pick up INT standards. Can you see the account groups? Somebody has disturbed. All these are standards. The ones which I'm picking, they are the standard account groups. All right. Did I answer your point? This is where you see the account groups. Nothing more about it. So you asked me to show you the place. I have shown it. OK. Most welcome. Most welcome. Most welcome. And Kunal, thank you also. You have answered a few questions. I see that.
Thank you, sir.
We'll definitely have a recap. OK. Perfect. Any other questions? Some new questions have come up. OK. Thank you for confirming that it's clear. Perfect. Good. So we'll wind up the pre-lunch session for today. I hope you had a good session, students.
Thank you, student, for today's session of SAP, morning session of SAP. We will end up this session right now and we will again join it by 1. Please be on time and sharp.
Kunal, it's at 2 o'clock. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, sir. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock, sir.
Okay, yeah, okay. Thanks, Kunal. And thank you. Somebody has confirmed. Thank you.